The title of today's lecture is Our Ethical and Spiritual Covenant, Preamble to Legal Business Contracts. This is part 2. And as we discussed in part 1, the common belief is that all is fair in love and war, and business is considered as part of warfare. So whatever I can do to cheat you, lie to you, whatever I have to do to maximize my financial gain, I'm going to do. And it's buyer beware. You look after yourself. But we're talking about here, truth and fairness trump profitability. Whereas very often in life, as it's been done, profitability trumps fairness and truth. Basically, people think that when it comes to money, goodness trumps, they think that evil trumps goodness. The basic premise that we're working from is that goodness trumps evil. As it exists now, money trumps love and money trumps eternity. We're saying eternity trumps money and love trumps money. So it's called reversing the common values. So we talk about truth and fairness trump profitability, and our intentions and conduct will be consistent with the eternal spiritual principles regardless of what spiritual or religious orientation or philosophy a person has. The negotiating parties, though separate legal entities, must be unified in purpose of service to their highest values. The negotiating parties, though separate legal entities, must be unified in purpose of service to their highest values. So I want to get some reactions to that. So you have, let's say, two partners or two partnerships or a venture project going on with two groups. Each one has an attorney, and so they're separate legal entities, or it could be two different people, but in this case it's about two groups. They're two separate legal entities. Each has their own attorney. That often suggests a combativeness. Well, this group will look after this, and the attorneys my job is to look after you, and I don't care about what happens. You're paying me, I'm on your payroll, I'm a gun for hire, and I'm going to shoot from the hip, and I'm just going to look after you regardless. So you would have to tell your attorney, no, we subscribe to this ethical and spiritual covenant. Otherwise, your attorney, it'll be an education for your attorney. It'll be an education because your attorney just comes in with, I'm a gun for hire. I want to make sure you're protected. I don't care for protecting the other person. They don't pay my bills. You do. So they're going to want to write it in a way to protect you and your rights and minimize their protection. So what's being advocated here is the attorney really would advocate what's good for you. You would have to tell your attorney, I want you to write it what's good for us, but I want you to give equal protection to my brother. There's people in our partners coming aboard. It's important to look after them, same as you do us. I don't want any distinction made between my well-being and yours, and I'm paying you to do that. And I understand he's paying his attorney to do the same also. So this is a whole different paradigm. It's a paradigm shift. It'll take your attorney a little while to get up to speed on this. Any comments or questions about this principle? Yes, Dr. Rainwater.
It seems to me that there's not going to be no fairness, no matter how we look at it, nowadays. Because nowadays we have a labor board, and a labor board kind of looks over your boss or whoever's boss. And it kind of sets a standard and the rules, and I guess that's governed by the state. I'm not sure how it's run, but I know that there's always going to be conflict.
Well, whenever you have a contract, you have the government as a part of it because there's always the recourse to the courts. And there are labor practices and business practices. For instance, it's about monopolies and taxes and so forth. So we're talking about the intention. All of this has to do with the sacred intention of the people coming together in a contract. There has to be this sacred intention where truth and fairness trump profitability. Now, let's say something comes up and one group ends up with an unexpected tax. So although they're supposed to get 50%, they end up getting just a tiny fraction, and the other person doesn't get taxed at all. The other group doesn't get taxed at all. So, well, then end up 50-50, then the person will say, well, we want to pay half of your tax because we hadn't anticipated this, that you would have this. So we feel it's fair that we help cover that tax. Because there are always unexpected factors that come up, and that's where truth and fairness trump profitability. So by helping to pay half of that tax, we cut our profits down. But it's not fair that your profits be wiped out because you happen to be in that state and we were here. And these were there's always the unknown.